What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer. I'm also a chemical engineer. In today's video, I'm going to show you what a full day of testosterone eating looks like, and I'm just going to show you what kind of a day in the life looks like for me on a Saturday. Alright, right now I'm just making some coffee. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge advocate of buying organic produce for foods that you regularly consume. You don't want to be introducing any more toxins into your body than you're already being exposed to on a daily basis. Usually I'm a fan of using the French press for coffee, but I mean, I definitely have my mornings where I don't really feel like doing that, and I kind of just use the quick and easy go-to method. Another thing I think is pretty darn important, there's my French press, by the way. See, I use it. But another thing that I think is really important is getting a good water filter. You don't want to be using water straight from the tap. You can look on your public website to see how contaminated your water is. I think it's called ega.org or something like that, but you can straight up type in your zip code and it will tell you how many different toxins are in your water. That's why I think using a water filter is important. Introducing those toxins into your system, they are going to have a negative impact on your testosterone levels. It's going to stress your endocrine system. It's going to stress your liver, which is pretty much the primary gland that is filtering out these toxins. You want to take good care of your liver. So that's pretty much my whole scoop on coffee and organic food and filtered water. This is pretty much all I drink throughout most of the morning. I do the intermittent fasting and I love it. I mean, it's just I'm accustomed to it. I've been doing intermittent fasting for several years now, and it's just what my body's used to. In general, I just sip on black coffee throughout the morning. It's really easy for me. 0 calorie, and there's a lot of great hormonal benefits that go on when you are fasting. So since today is Saturday, I probably am going to opt for a fasted workout today. So if you really want to learn more about why I do that, I would check out some of my videos about intermittent fasting because I go into a lot more depth. I do think that I factually hit better workouts when I am fasted. And there could be a few reasons for this. I mean, when I take my pre-workout, it might hit me a little bit harder and I have a little bit cleaner and better energy in the gym, and that kind of translates into a little bit harder and better of a workout. Normally in the morning while I wait for my coffee to brew, I'm getting ready for work, throwing on deodorant, brushing my teeth, doing my hair up, getting dressed, all that stuff. Usually I do try to wait about an hour until I actually start drinking my coffee and getting caffeine in me. I just remember watching some video about Andrew Huberman, and he went into depth as to why you want to wait like a solid hour before you start drinking coffee in the morning. It has something to do with cortisol spiking. Cortisol is a stress hormone. I remember watching it and I was like, oh shoot, I need to stop just waking up and drinking coffee immediately. I should wait like an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours before I start intaking my coffee. So even after I'm done brewing the coffee, I usually wait a solid hour after I wake up, if not more. Alright, so I got my coffee here and, go UMD Terps. That's where I went to school. I'm kind of just sipping on my coffee and I'm kind of working on a YouTube video right here. So I know we're already a couple minutes into the video and you're probably thinking to yourself, what the heck, this dude hasn't even eaten anything yet and he won't shut up and stop talking about why he's doing everything that he's doing. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk a little bit about what I am doing in terms of my diet right now. So last year, in 2022, I spent the majority of the year trying to lean down and cut my calories, and spending the majority of the year trying to get lean, that sort of inevitably placed a lot of stress on my body, not eating as much food. So I determined back around February that I was going to spend a few months to just eat a little bit more food. So I'm practically going through a phase where I'm essentially lean bulking. I'm trying to build a little bit more muscle and build some solid strength in the gym, eat a little bit more food, and I think that's very beneficial for your testosterone levels also, because one mistake that I think a lot of people make when they lose weight is they cut their calories way too hard, and that actually has a very negative impact on your hormonal health, because out of all the systems in your body that start to shut down when your body enters a stressed state, which it inevitably will enter as you reduce your calories because you're not fueling your body with enough energy. So, I mean, somewhere's got to take a hit, but that has to happen in order for you to tap into your fat stores and lose weight. You have to send your body through some degree of stress. But anyway, one of the first systems that kind of shuts down or at least down regulates because it's not 100% necessary is your reproductive system. And guess what? Part of your reproductive system is the whole endocrine loop that ultimately synthesizes testosterone. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and hit a fasted workout here soon. But after that, I'm going to go ahead and break my fast, and I'll give you guys kind of a rundown of my eating and my calories and macros, and I'll explain a little bit of nutrition. Alright, so I just finished my workout, and I'm going to give you guys a little inside scoop on how I break my fast. So I got some organic carrots here. I like the whole carrots better than the baby carrots because I know they use some kind of synthetic chemicals with the baby carrots, so I usually opt for the whole ones. Got some 4% fat organic cottage cheese here. Got an apple. I'll probably finish off this orange juice. The thing I like about a small little meal like this is, first off, I don't really like to eat heavy because it kind of makes me feel weighed down. And I also don't have to do any cooking or any prep for a meal like this, so it usually keeps me feeling good. It has a lot of protein. There's some good quality carbs in here. I get the 4% cottage cheese, so it's got a little bit of fat in there. And all this, I mean, this whole meal right here is probably going to be about 600 or 700 calories. All right, fellas, so that was my lunch. I'm going to show you what I'm going to eat for dinner, and I feel like this is kind of going to turn into like a recipe video slash full day of eating video, but this is one of my super basic recipes. It's really easy to cook. I mean, all you need is pretty much one pan to cook everything in. It's, you know, very filling, quite a bit of calories, great on macros and stuff, so let's go ahead and take a look. So ignore everything in the background. That back there, that's actually my sourdough starter. Maybe I'll make a video for you guys and show you how to make some sourdough bread, because it's pretty freaking good. Anyway, I got the organic, grass-fed top sirloin here. There's like 250 calories for half a pound here. Pretty high in protein too, because top sirloin's pretty lean. Got the pineapple habanero salsa to mix in with it. And then just rice and beef bone broth. That's what I'm going to use to cook the rice in. And I'm probably going to throw in a little bit of grass-fed butter too, just to give it a little bit more fat, because I mean, there's not too much fat in this lean cut of beef here. And on the side, I'm probably just going to drink a glass of whole milk or something just to get in a little bit more protein, you know, some carbs and a little bit of fat. You know, the whole milk's got it's got all the good saturated fats for testosterone boosting. So this is going to be a pretty solid and filling meal. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to do the fancy video editing chef thing where I snap my finger and this piece of steak magically becomes cut up. So let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, bam! Alright, there we go. So let me know what you guys thought. You know, give me a rating down in the comments, scale of 1 to 10, how well I did on that little magic trick there. So I'm just going to season this up real quickly. There's really no, you know, secret to this. I kind of just do like a light layer on here, a pretty good amount of, I like pink Himalayan salt. So, I mean, I season it pretty generously. And then I just got some black pepper here. I'm going to use that. This is like the opposite of a super fancy, highly edited recipe video. But I also opt for organic seasonings also. And once I get this going, I'm going to talk a little bit more about why I think organic produce is worth the investment. So I got a little bit of a layer going on here, and then I'm just going to turn this on to like a medium heat, and I'm just going to let that cook up. Alright, so I threw in some butter here like I said I was going to, just to get a little bit more fat in this meal. really nail the macros. So I'm just gonna brown this a little bit and let the butter kind of melt. All right, so over here I got the bone broth weighed out, 1.5 cups for 4 servings of rice. This is like 640 calories worth of rice. I mean, I'm a grown boy, so I need all this food here. And then this is, I don't know, it's probably like 60 calories, but it's pure protein. And I really like bone broth because it's liquid protein and it also is pure protein, so it's very digestible. And then we got our salsa back there. I'll add that at the end. So while this is cooking, I just want to talk a little bit about why I'm such a big fan of investing in organic produce, especially foods and drinks that you consume very regularly. So I mentioned earlier in the video that I buy organic coffee because I drink coffee every single day. And I do drink it black. I'm on that intermittent fasting grind. But I also bought organic rice. I bought organic, grass-fed beef. What else is organic? This bone broth is organic. The salsa is organic because I eat these foods very regularly. Now, that's not to say that I never eat non-organic or anything. I mean, I had Jimmy John's the other day, and I doubt they use organic. I think where the benefit of organic produce for your hormonal health, and testosterone is a hormone, where the benefits come from is that they don't use harsh synthetic herbicides and pesticides and insecticides and fungicides and all the produce when they grow it. A lot of people, they don't seem to understand that organic food isn't necessarily more healthy, or it might not have more nutrients. Most of the nutrients are still there in traditional or conventional produce, but they have all those added synthetic chemicals, or they use artificial hormones with animal produce, and that ultimately does translate into the quality of the animal products. So, I mean, like cheese and milk and stuff, and meats and eggs even. The way that the animal is treated while it's alive, that's ultimately going to reflect on the quality of the produce that the animal produces at the end of the day. So that's why I'm such a big fan of organic food. Limiting the amount of stressors on your body, limiting the amount of toxins that your endocrine system has to handle, that's ultimately going to help those energetic efforts go towards synthesizing and producing more testosterone, or just optimizing all the systems in your body in general. Because it takes energy to flush out a lot of those toxins that you introduce into your system, and you want your energy to be used to restore your body into a more optimal state of health rather than flush out toxins and stuff like that. So just a little side note. I'll probably make a whole entire video on why I think organic food really does boost testosterone levels naturally. Alright, this is browning up real nice. I'm going to add in the beef bone broth. I'm going to turn this up to high. I'm going to cover this until it starts boiling a little bit. Alright, here we go. I'm going to turn this down to low here, and I'm going to add in the rice. I'm going to switch hands so I can stir this in, because I'm right-handed. So I'm going to stir this in a little bit, cover it, and then I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes and just let it simmer. After the 20 minutes, I turn the burner off completely and I let it sit and soak for another 5 or 10 minutes. And this is going to be one heck of a testosterone boosting meal. And now for the finishing touch here. A little bit of habanero salsa. Mix it in real good, and this is pretty freaking bomb. And then we got a glass of milk, about 1.5 cups of milk over there, whole milk. That's about 25 calories, something like that. So all in all, this whole meal here is probably about 1,400 calories with the rice, the butter, the bone broth, the steak, the milk, all the things. The salsa is not that many calories, but this is a pretty solid meal here. Alright, so I had to finish this video off on another day. As you can see, I got me a haircut and I shaved up a little bit. But this is a good opportunity for me to talk about the benefits of eating pretty much the same thing, or at least similar meals over and over and over again. this has been kind of one of my go-to hacks to get lean and stay lean, and it's very effective. What I would recommend is find a few meals that you don't get sick of, obviously. You enjoy them and they taste good to you, and they're filling and relatively low in calories, and just eat those meals several times per week. And I mean, some of my go-to meals that I just eat over and over again are things like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese with some fruit, Chipotle bowls. Those are always a good go-to for me. And I'm recording this video because I'm showing you the last thing that I'm eating here, and I've had it for several nights now. So here I just have a simple little concoction of some milk. I put a little bit of sugar in it, some of this, it's chocolate brownie collagen, and then I just put a little pinch of pink Himalayan salt in here. And this is actually a really good nightcap. I've actually noticed that drinking this about an hour before I go to bed, it helps me sleep at night. I stay asleep all night. I fall asleep pretty quickly. So it's just got a lot of good things in here that trigger the release of relaxation hormones, and it tastes really good. So I'd recommend giving this a shot. But that's it for this video. I hope a lot of the tips were helpful. Maybe some of the meals, you can directly copy them, or at least it kind of gives you an idea of what your eating patterns should look like. You don't have to follow it exactly like I do, and you don't even have to eat all of the same foods that I do. I mean, I have tons of other videos on foods that boost testosterone, and a lot of those foods are foods that do actually boost testosterone, but I don't necessarily incorporate them into my day like on a daily basis. So, you just got to play around with it a little bit, but you can follow the structure of what I do, and yeah, you should be pretty set. So anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here and you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I post videos kind of like this one about fitness and nutrition and lifestyle decisions that men can make to naturally boost their testosterone levels. If you made it to the end, I do appreciate the support, and I hope you got a lot out of this video too. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.